All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something a little bit fun. We're going to do some cooking, but let me give you a little backstory real quick so you'll understand what's going on. We recently bought a cow. It was a smaller breed cow. I don't remember the name of it. It was all grass fed, which means it was very, very lean. We got a lot of good meat out of it. The hamburger meat is delicious. Steaks are great. The downside of that, though, is stuff like the brisket, which you want to have a little more fat on, didn't have a whole lot of fat on it. So we ended up cooking one a week or two ago, and it was pretty tough. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to have a little competition. Josh and his wife bought one from the same farmer, so they're in the same boat. So we decided let's do a brisket cook-off and see who can make this thing edible. So I think we've got some tricks and try different stuff. I don't know what he's planning at his house, but we're going to try something and see if it works. And stay tuned because we'll go through this whole cooking process. And at the end of it, we'll have like a big taste off. We'll have some family over and whatnot and get together, and they won't know who cooked which brisket, and we'll see which one turned out better. So this is the brisket in question. It's a smaller brisket. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the smoker for maybe 200 degrees is kind of what I'm leaning towards. As you can tell, it doesn't have a lot of fat on it on either side. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to cook it in a pan, and that way I don't lose any drippings whatsoever throughout the whole cooking process, and it'll sit there and marinate in its own fat. I've got this stuff here. This is Cosmo's Honey Chipotle Killer Bee. That's what I'm going to use to put for my dry rub, and that's basically going to be it. That's going to be my method. In a pan, low and slow heat. We'll see what happens with it. I've thought about all kinds of stuff, injecting it with some beef broth or a meat tenderizer and smashing it into a pancake form. I don't know. I think it's about 4 pounds of brisket. So I'm not going to do any trimming on it either. I don't want to lose any of the fat. I think I need it throughout my cooking process, just based off the last one we've done. So I'll go ahead and get it seasoned up, and I'm going to let it sit too in my seasoning for about 4 hours. I don't know if that'll help draw out anything or seal anything in, but that's the plan. Let's see, that's too heavy. Let's use this one. And hopefully it'll come out decent. I don't even think I'm going to wrap it. It shouldn't take too long for it to cook. I mean, of course, I'll temp it throughout the process and kind of see where we're at. Just make sure we're going down the road we want to go down. But if I do have to wrap it, I guess I could later on. I don't know. This is my first time trying to get a brisket that has been tough or that we know was tough. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be okay if we go low and slow. That might have been our issue with the last one. So I'm going to get this seasoned up. Like I said, we'll let it sit for about 4 hours, and then we'll throw it on the smoker.
All right, so here we are with this really lean brisket. One of the things that we're going to do to try to one-up Chad is inject it. Never done an injected brisket, but we've also never had a brisket this lean. So going to inject it, let it sit for a few hours, and then we'll do it one more time. And we've got our injection made up. It's little bit of butter, which my wife says, you know, butter is all the good things in life. Some beauty in the beef, really good seasoning, and some garlic and some onion powder. So we'll get it all injected and we'll let you know how it goes. Dang, this thing is thin. I feel it going in there though. Oh yeah, that's gonna make a difference. Chad's just wishing his brisket's this good.
So we've been letting this brisket soak for about 4 hours. Um, we've got the smoker ready to go at 200. That was the plan. Of course, sitting there for 4 hours debating with this dry rub, just sitting on it. I think I erred. Really think I should have put some sort of binder on it. Maybe that would make it a little more tender. But when I thought, of course, that's too late, can't do that anymore, I might be able to spritz it throughout the cooking process. We'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that or not. Been kind of nervous, you know, in that competition with Josh, and he's cooking his. So I've really been stressing out about it. Not really stressing, but it's fine because I'm not competitive at all. I mean, I'm pretty competitive, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to check it throughout the whole cooking process. I know I probably shouldn't just throw it on and leave it, but I really want to see how tender it is. And if I do need to spritz it, I can. And I don't know with what, you know, apple juice. I may make up some sort of marinade and kind of dab on there or something. I don't know. We'll see. If it comes to that, we'll let you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the smoker. It's already set, like I said, 200 degrees. So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so we're gonna inject it one more time and kind of get the butter all up in there. Chad ain't ready for this. Whoa! Shot me in the eye. Usually, whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, there we go. Whoa. Definitely gonna be juicy. I bet Chad's thinking he's gonna do something similar, but we'll see. We'll see whose is better. Okay, get this last little bit of butter. Because like Shayna says, everything's better with butter. I'm fairly certain she's somehow related to Paula Deen. Get it all up in that meat right there. It's the first time I've ever injected a brisket because never had one so lean before. May be the way to do it though. We will see. Alright, so we got it pretty good and filled up, I believe. Now we're going to hit it with some seasoning. Some of this beauty in the beef. Pretty liberal. Coat it up real good. And we got one other trick for Chad. So we took all the bones from our cow, we boiled them down, and we made a good broth. So we're gonna coat the bottom of this pan with that, and hopefully all this juice will make up for the lack of fat. And make this thing delicious. We're gonna check on it. We're barely doing the bottom so it kind of steam. We're gonna aluminum foil over it, poke some holes so it still gets some smoke, and hopefully that'll be legit.
So I went ahead and pulled this brisket off. Internal temperature is around 160. I think what I'm gonna do, it looks nice and juicy. It feels tender when I probe it. So I think what I'm gonna do, I kind of wanted to wrap it and make a little steam tent, but I think we're going okay with it being in the pan. It still's got a lot of juice in the pan, so it's doing good. I'm gonna bump the temperature up and get a good hard bark on it. So I think I'm gonna bump the temperature up maybe about 270, but I'm gonna throw a lot of butter. Well, I say a lot, it's a stick of butter. I'm gonna throw it in the pan and on it, and maybe that'll help too. So that's what I'm gonna do to put this on, and I'm not gonna wrap it. I probably should, but we'll see what happens. So see if I can get this on here and then transport it back out to the smoker. I wonder if we can get some under it. Oh, that may be the way to go. But my smoker's a little small anyway, so I think it is holding moisture really well. All right, we'll put it back in until it gets done. Leave it like that. So we got this thing pulled off. This unit's been cooking all day long. Our internal temp right now is about 188, 190. So we're going to wrap it up, bring it over to Josh's, see what happens. I think it'll finish cooking when we drive over there. Been stressed out all day over it. It looks pretty juicy. I feel like I've been like that scene on Hangover at the blackjack table, all those math equations running everywhere. That's kind of how I've been all day. What can I do? What can I make this better or more juicy or more tender? So we'll see y'all when we get over there. Hopefully he's got his done. I might bring a chainsaw so we can cut his up and somewhat try to chew on his. I mean, maybe like boot leather, who knows? But we'll see y'all when we get over there.
So look, we're slicing up the winning brisket here. Chad just don't know it yet.
The winning brisket.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that juice. Can't beat that.
No, please. You don't even need a knife with mine. A toothpick will tear mine apart.
I'd be willing to bet a toothpick ain't gonna tear neither one of these apart.
Look at you bearing down on that thing. You want me to go get you a hacksaw?
Yeah, man. Look at that.
It looks like you injected yours. This is not going to be fair. I can tell what's going on here.
We didn't have like ground rules or anything.
We didn't.
But I did inject it.
So I guess we can tell secrets now?
Absolutely.
What'd you inject it with?
Homemade recipe. So did Beauty and the Beef. Did butter. Did Slap Your Mama. Did garlic and onion powder. Did you do yours?
I didn't inject mine at all. I don't have to. I know how to cook a brisket.
Bet. You may know how to cook a regular brisket. Guaranteed you don't know how to cook one of these.
Yeah, these are pretty hard to cook.
So I also did it in that for about 2 hours. You see that little bath? Bone broth. Let it sit in there and cook.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Hey, whatever it takes.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see.
Hold that knife still.
Get you one.
Let's see. That's some good beef jerky.
Haters gonna hate. You're up on the chopping block next, so.
That's fine.
Hey, why don't you go turn that thing off, Shane?
Hey, so it's got a really good flavor. It's still pretty chewy.
Yeah, I would.
But that was a little end piece.
Mm-hmm. A real good flavor.
Real good flavor.
Definitely not your traditional brisket. It's juicy though. That's nothing but fat. And fat.
Huh?
You up now?
Yeah.
You want to cut it or you want me to cut it?
I'll cut it.
Okay. Did you fry that in a skillet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't mess up that towel.
You ready for this?
Yeah, so what'd you do?
Oh man, I just put a little season on it.
That's it?
That's it. A little dry rub.
Come here.
So that's all you do is a little dry rub?
That's it.
You're gonna break that wrist.
It's strong. How long did you cook yours for?
About 4 hours?
Really?
Yeah, what about you?
6.5?
It's a long time.
So I started low and slow. I started at mine at 200 degrees.
Mm-hmm. So that's what the backup brisket was done, about 185 all night.
Okay.
And then we bumped it up this morning
Okay.
and got it going.
There you go.
Oh, it's a good flavor.
Still tough?
It's about like the other one.
Like the other one in the past, or like yours?
No. No, not like the other one in the past. The other one in the past was tough.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Tough. A really good description for it.
It's cutting pretty good. What? See? Even your dog knows.
Pillow.
That's gonna be jam right there.
Think so?
Oh, that unit's on fire. You can call up the Food Network, tell them I'm on my way. Barbecue Pitmaster champion.
You gotta compete with Corey Barr.
I don't even know who that is. Hello.
So how different was this cooking the lean one versus a regular?
A lot different. I didn't trim mine at all.
Wasn't nothing to trim.
No, well, I had a little bit of fat on mine. I was still pretty scared. I did end up cooking mine in a pan though.
Did you?
Yeah.
So
just to try to
in your
hold some of
smoker?
that. Yeah,
Yep.
just to try to hold some of that fat that did render out.
Similar to what I did.
Pretty good. How easy is it?
No.
There's not nothing as good as that.
You can't, yeah, that turkey was jam up last night.
It was. I mean, they're both probably equal on the tenderness scale.
Yeah. Way better than last time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, there it is. We'll get everybody to taste it and get a head count. See how much I win by.
The regular brisket. This dude right here, you can already tell.
Why are you wearing that shirt? That's what I want to know.
Because I already knew. I know I'm gonna win.
We're gonna have to edit that out.
I woke up prepared for the game.
This will be take 17 on the brisket cutting when the shirt is blurred out.
I can't help it you brought a knife to a gunfight.
Shoot.
Not even fair.
You're the one that had to cook a backup brisket.
Now come on.
But,
Yeah, come on.
man, it does look good.
And does it taste good?
Oh, yeah. Way more tender. Look how, I mean, you're cutting that thick piece
Yep.
way easier than you were cutting.
Oh, it's like butter through this thing.
Yeah. This just shows that at least we do know how to cook some stuff.
And if you get a quality brisket, it's a lot easier to do.
Yeah, so it was a good experiment. I'm glad I won.
You ain't won yet.
Well,
Count's still out.
we can edit that in to the part where we find out I won. So we don't have to film that part.
We don't have to edit it in.
But yeah, we did have to cook a real brisket just in case we messed up the other two. So
Like we did before.
yeah, so got a real good one here. Let's see if I can get this on camera. Mm-hmm.
That right there is delicious.
But pick it up just in the middle with the nut. Yeah. My brisket don't jingle, it folds.
Yeah, look at this. That's a good brisket right there.
Smother that from barbecue sauce.
Yep. If you want, we'll do a whole video on how to do a regular brisket. Not this,
Not the trial run.
yeah, I mean, that's all this was. This was backup brisket. I didn't really even focus on this compared to the other one. The other one I spent some time on. This one, I threw on there just salt and pepper. That's all we did was salt and pepper. So nothing special, no seasoning. Definitely didn't inject it like the other one because I knew I didn't have to. But all this is salt and pepper and thyme. Pulled it off once just to wrap it, and that's it.
How long did you cook this one? Just for reference.
So started this at midnight last night, and it's pulled it off about 6:30, so 18 and a half hours.
There you go.
Long time.
What it weigh? About 15 pounds?
15 pounds, yep. So we started it real low last night. We started about 180 at about midnight. So threw it on there, fat side up, 180, salt and pepper, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then got up about 6, and then I bumped the temperature to where I'd let it rest pretty much all day at 225.
But if we need to make another video on just how to do a brisket, we can
Well,
go
yeah.
into more detail about.
Would love to do it because, you know, a lot of times we do special seasonings and things like that that really kick it up.
Oh yeah. And two, we may have to edit this out as well. We could inject that brisket
Oh, yeah.
and cook it in some of that beef broth and really make it special.
Yeah, we did the beef broth on the other one and it turned out pretty good. We'll see what the vote is though. It'll be unanimous, whatever it is.
Unanimous. You're wrong.
I won't even have to go to a split decision or anything. One and done.
You sound like Joe Biden. I won unanimously. I heard that a couple years ago.
Now you know that's not right because he can't even say unanimous.
You can't say it in a sentence. All right, so there we go. We'll get back to you once we get to voting.
show you the video, because you gotta, if it stays on too long or it clumps up, then we do it.
Whenever you're ready.
I'll be ready when I get to bed.
They're starting to grow out of this, so they're getting pretty long.
Is that even a button?
Because I was coming-
Oh, yeah, it is for me. All right, this one right here. I don't know whose it is.
I know.
That's good taste. It's not really that tough. I mean, it's
Okay.
nothing like that was the other night.
Other night was brutal.
Okay. That's good too.
Okay. Pick one.
This one.
Which one?
This one. I don't know whose is whose.
Chad.
Oh, well. This season is good.
Yeah.
But this one's good too. I said, it's hard to say, but I like that season.
Who's up next? Go on, Disney.
Want to take the fork with you?
I
Okay.
just used it to hold me. I just picked my meat up and ate it.
So right now we're just doing.
1-1.
Which one's better?
Because we already know those.
Do what?
We already know those.
Oh, that one's real good, yeah.
Everybody's on her.
Oh.
That's a little tender.
Which one? Point to it again.
2 for Chad. There you go.
This guy.
This guy. All right. So maybe I'm a little biased, but let's see. Good flavor, good season.
That's for who gets it wrong.
This one is a little more tender,
Okay.
and I like the seasoning on it better.
So Chad 3-0.
And that's honest. That's honest.
Thanks, babe.
No.
It's early this April. That's still hard to say.
I mean, is there even a
No.
point in doing it at this?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. We gotta have Josh's wife do it. That's where I'm at.
Oh, it don't matter though. Math.
Y'all, they both tough.
Oh, you're not cutting that with a fork.
No. I'll have there. Well, I don't know because he gave me an empty. So it was.
Pretty good.
Okay. Chewing a long time.
I know. I don't want to choke. They're both really tough.
Right.
I like that one better, but that one has a more smoky flavor,
Okay.
and I don't like smoky flavor.
So that one's mine. The other one is Josh's. So you like Josh's flavor better,
Yes.
and you don't like the smoky flavor.
No. I don't like that either. The real brisket.
The real brisket?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Okay, well then, I don't even see how you're eligible in this contest to be a judge.
Well, you asked. Pepper, what about you? Here.
It won't hit her lips long enough to try it.
Let's see. Sit.
So there you go. Chad was 4-0. Right?
3-1. Shayna did like yours better.
Oh, okay.
Little snow.
I didn't hear that part. I was too busy eating chips.
But the main thing to take away from this is neither one was just extremely tender.
Oh yeah. No, neither one of those is a tender brisket. It's so lean. we kind of knew
Yeah,
it would be tough going into it. Yeah.
But I think you can make the best of the situation, though. It's
Oh yeah,
edible.
it's definitely edible.
Oh yeah, and it has a good flavor.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I think we did great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not mad at it. So be sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below if you've ever had a brisket like that and maybe what you would do to make it a little bit more tender. Thanks, guys.